Today on HTF, we're bringing the heat. We find out which takes are hot and which takes are not, who came to play and who came to slay. It's bound to be an episode for the books. This is Hitting the Field.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated chance, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask. I just really hit the field. 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 Boy, I'm about to hit the field.
Welcome to Hitting the Field. I'm Jaret Kappelman, and today we're talking baseball with an unstoppable 1-2 punch in Jeremy Brener and Senor Cycle, aka Charlie Reyes. How you doing today, guys?
I'm doing great.
Jeremy?
You know, Senor Cycle, the Yankees could have used you last night, man.
Man, they could have, especially in the 11th.
That was a tough matchup to watch as a Yankees fan, but let's jump right into it. One matchup in particular has created a lot of chatter here at HTF, and we've waited a while to talk about it on the show. Yankees-Astros ALCS. It's finally here and in full swing. The Yanks blanked the Astros 7-0 in Game 1, but in Game 2, the Astros evened the series thanks to a walk-off homer from Carlos Correa in the bottom of the 11th inning. With the series now tied, how important was that win last night for the Stros, Jeremy?
Man, Carlos Correa, man, es en fuego. Es en fuego. That's 2 RBIs for Carlos Correa. Got out of this major slump that he's been in for the second half of the year. He's been injured a lot of the season.
Major slump.
But you know what? He showed up in the playoffs. For sure. And it's the second time in a row against the Yankees that he's
in a walk-off hit.
So, you know, that was huge for the Astros. Saved their season, I would say. Mm-hmm. And it's moments like these and it's that create championship teams. Well, and that's what happened last night.
His bat may have won it in the 11th, but it saved him in the 6th with that crazy play off the glove of Altuve to throw him out at the plate.
Very true. And DJ LeMahieu getting thrown out at home. What a shame.
Charlie, what do you have to say about that loss for the Yankees?
Honestly, we're not supposed to win on the road. We took one in Game 1. Honestly, I'm pretty happy about it. Oh, I'm not happy about it, but I'm pretty happy we at least took one on the road. Honestly, I think we need to really rock Cole, which is highly unlikely, but we need to put pressure on Cole early in Game 3.
I would say that. Jeremy, what are you looking for out of Cole?
I mean, Garrett Cole is there for you to win games. That's what he did twice in the ALDS against the Reyes, saved our season there, and he's about to save the season again. And it matched up so perfectly that the Astros were able to, you know, get Greinke Game 1, Verlander Game 2, and then Cole in Game 3 in New York, because they need to get and win in New York now. So that is exactly, it just worked out perfectly. And, you know, but also the game is yet to be played yet. There's a reason why you play these games. And Garrett Cole, yes, it's great and all, and you can pencil in W, but you can't put a pen on it. You can't put a Sharpie on it.
You're exactly right.
It's a pencil.
But in the Bronx, that stadium rattles. I'm pretty sure he you know, if he's not his unstoppable self like he usually is, I think for sure if we could put some pressure on him, he's gonna feel some pressure. I feel like no team has put pressure on him.
How is it gonna happen?
He's gonna get behind in counts.
For who?
He's just gonna get behind. He's gonna struggle.
Give me one bat that's gonna do it.
Gardner,
who struck out 3 times last night.
Okay, he had 2 hits.
Okay, I mean, 0 RBIs. 0 RBIs.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, RBIs is what gets you the win.
Okay, but
and you need to be able to get a win.
Yankees is the best team that hit in runners in scoring position, unlike the Astros.
I mean, how many? Clear. They had 0 runs in runners in scoring position.
The Yankees got both their runs off of 1 hit last night off of a Judge bomb. My question now is going to be, do the Astros need to win 2 in New York to even
if they have a chance of winning the series, they need to at least take 1. Because the thing is, this is very similar to what happened in ALCS in 2017. Yankees went up 3-2, leaving the Bronx, and we could not close out in Houston. I'm telling you, we need to win 3 straight in the Bronx to close it out. If not in Houston, it's not gonna be pretty.
It's Yankees in 5, or they don't win the series at all.
Exactly.
It's exactly what they need to do.
But honestly,
they need to not blow it at home.
Verlander doesn't win another game. I promise you.
Really?
Promise you.
Really?
We go back to Houston, he's not winning another game. We have his number.
You have his number.
We have his number.
Can I call him right now?
Call his
ask
number.
Him if he has
Call
it,
him.
if the Yankees have him.
And we definitely got Greinke's number. You know what Greinke did his last 3 postseason starts?
But hey, the thing is though, and you may have Verlander's number, but
I got
the Astros
Greinke's.
got Paxton's number too. And they're going to go against each other again in Game 6.
Honestly, Paxton was not commanding the zone, and
Paxton
Boone
like
was just being a good manager.
Paxton looked like he wanted to soil his pants all night last
Honestly,
night. He looked like a 12-year-old boy scared out of his mind.
He
looked
did.
like he saw a ghost.
Not commanding the zone. I'm glad Boone pulled them out quick because we really needed that. Bullpen did
was
pretty
a great
great,
call.
but
it was a great call to call him out.
Bullpen was way too overtaxed. That's why we lost in the 11th.
So we're talking about Aaron Boone, and you talk about the 11th. I want to jump to the top of the 11th when a controversial strikeout happened where Gary Sanchez appeared to strike out on a pitch in the dirt, which was ruled a foul ball, and then the next pitch was in the other box and called strike 3. Now, is that a makeup call, or is that just wrong? You missed one call, so you make up for the next one?
Definitely a makeup call. I think immediately afterwards, when the Astros manager came out and he talked to the first base umpire, and they were trying to appeal because you can't review that play. So I think once that happened, he knew he messed up. And he was like, okay, anything close to the zone, I'm ringing this guy up. But it was a very good at-bat from Gary Sanchez. I think it was like a 10-11
very good at-bat
10-11
Josh
pitch.
James, too. Let's not forget
you
that.
bring him in just for that
34th round pick Josh James got a win in Game 2 of the ALCS. What does that tell people that are trying to make it in the bigs but aren't like the top picks? That just proves that, you can be a nobody. And look at Randy Dobnak started Game 2 of the ALDS, and he wasn't even drafted.
It happens.
This postseason has been for the underdogs, and I love that. And the thing is also, even with the Astros being 107 and 55, I still think they're the underdogs in this series.
Why do you think they're the underdogs? They're the best team on paper.
It's the Yankees.
The Yankees are the underdogs.
When have the Yankees ever been an underdog?
The Yankees been an underdog all this year. All the injuries. What are you saying, Brener?
It's the Yankees.
Brener, we had the most injured players in MLB history.
You can say the Yankees.
MLB history.
You can say the Yankees.
The whole team was injured and still won 103 games. What are you saying?
But the Yankees have...
You have the best rotation in baseball. What are you saying?
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
The Yankees, how many rings you got?
27. Count them up, baby.
And how many do the Astros have?
Like 3?
1.
How many in the last 15 years, though? That's my favorite point.
1 and 1.
That's just my
favorite
point.
But that's the thing here's the thing. The Yankees, no matter who they play, it's because the Yankees are the best franchise in all of professional sports.
What was that? Say that again?
The Yankees are the best franchise in all of professional sports.
Good to know.
Yes. But the team, and honestly, and that narrative plays a huge part in any series the Yankees play, I think.
But let's be real, the Astros have been really the most dominant team all year this season. The Yankees have constantly been counted out once again. We lose Sevy. We don't have Betances. Our guys get hurt. Stanton just got hurt. Judge gets hurt. Hicks is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Guys like LeMahieu or Urshela, Glaber, they needed to step up this year. Next man up, man. That's our slogan this year. And Savages in the box. Yeah. I'm telling you.
And we're going to take it back. That's our slogan this year.
Yeah. Take it back.
Take it back.
Unfinished business. Run it back.
So, it is unfinished business from a couple years ago. Who, from the Yankees side, who is the MVP? Who needs to step up to propel this Yankees team?
Honestly, Glaber had a great Game 1. We need Glaber to step up. But honestly, big time, Gary Sanchez looks lost at the plate. We need Gary Sanchez to have a very big series, continuing the series, if we expect to win any games. Judge, he's doing good. I'm telling you, we need Gary to do good. LeMahieu's doing fine. Like the whole infield, they're all getting hits. But Gary looks lost at the plate.
Gary needs to step up.
He
For
needs
the
to step
Astros
up.
side, who needs to step up?
Yordan Alvarez. He needs to step up.
He does.
His power has been like, he's like, you know what? The best way I would describe Yordan Alvarez is, those little aliens from Space Jam, they take the talents? The little aliens have taken the talents away from Yordan Alvarez. His power is literally gone. Yeah. The only, vision or, small little clip that we've seen from him was that, line drive to Aaron Judge that he caught and went back for a double play in Game 1.
Brener, yeah.
So,
Bregman.
Yordan Alvarez needs to step up because the one difference with last year's team, the reason why last year's team didn't work was because the DH spot had not enough power. Mm-hmm. This year, you replace that with Alvarez, and Alvarez is supposed to be your big power guy. But in the offseason, in the postseason, you haven't seen it.
Well, that's great ALCS talk. And honestly, it is anyone's series. I know you're picking Yankees, you're picking Astros.
Yankees in 7.
I mean, for the record, on the podcast, on the HTF podcast, go listen. Charlie said the Astros would win the World Series on October 1st.
You know what?
We're shifting. We're getting a little.
But now that the ALCS has started, I'm taking
the ALCS is actually off tonight, but the NLCS does resume as the Nationals and the Cardinals are playing in a 2-0 series lead for the Nationals. In the first 2 games of the series, Anibal Sanchez and Max Scherzer took no-hit bids into the 6th inning, and the Nationals stole both games in St. Louis. Now the Cardinals are against the ropes and face a must-win game this evening. Charlie, what do the Cardinals have to do to turn this series around?
Honestly, I think it's pretty over for the Cardinals. It's going to be an easy, clean sweep. It's going to be easy, clean sweep. And honestly, the Cardinals need to wake up the bats. If the Cardinals do not wake up the bats, 1 run in 2 games, you think you're going to win like that? You're not going to win like that. These hitters look fooled. Anibal Sanchez should have never worked you that bad. Scherzer, of course. But now, Anibal Sanchez is their number 3 starter. Scherzer is supposed to be their number
4, actually.
whatever. and Scherzer, he's dominant. But in reality, Strasburg's been their best pitcher, and that's who they're facing. And the Nationals are at home. It is over.
The home team has not won a game in the NLCS this year. So why is that going to change tonight? I actually think the Cardinals are too good to get swept. I think they take a game here. And if they're going to take a game, they're going to take this one. If they take a game. There's no guarantee that they're going to take a game, for sure. But I actually think they got a shot tonight. The pressure is on the Nationals, I think, here. Because the Nationals, you got 3 games. They have no pressure tonight.
I think the only person that can stop the Nationals...
I feel like everything is on the Cardinals right now. Cardinals need to get it. You were saying.
But the only person that can stop the Nationals is Bryce Harper, and he's no longer a part of this team.
That's the funniest part about this whole series.
Bryce Harper's at home watching the game. This is hilarious.
And then, Jeremy, you brought up a stat before the show. Anibal Sanchez and Max Scherzer back in 2013 both had no hit bids in the
into the 6th inning.
Into the 6th inning, the ALDS. So
ALCS.
So it just shows consistency. They get it done in the postseason.
It's the only time it's ever happened, and they both did it twice.
Dude, what do we think about Goldschmidt here? Because I think he needs to be the catalyst.
He is. Him and Carpenter, they need to step it up. And Ozuna, these are the Cardinals' bats. If they don't, and Dexter Fowler, he needs to get on base. They need to produce more at the plate. Yadier, he's not this offensive leader, but he has been in the playoffs. But honestly, it's just they look lost at the plate.
That's so many veterans. You think someone's gonna step up, right, Jeremy?
Honestly, I think there's so much hunger in the Nationals right now. They barely won the wild card game, and they feel like they're playing with a chip on their shoulders. That's why I think they're gonna go to the World Series.
They have Team of Destiny vibes, but I think the Cardinals take this game tonight.
You think the Cardinals take the game? Who takes the series, real quick?
Easily, the Nationals.
I think Nats in 5, but the Cardinals win tonight.
Maybe.
So, Nationals take it. Okay. Well,
you got clean sweep.
Yeah, but possibly.
I got Nats in 5.
Nats in 5, Nats in 4. It's going to be a great series. Thank you, gentlemen, for your baseball talk, and good luck to both of your teams for the rest of the ALCS. When we come back, we'll talk some NFL action. But during the break, you can head to our Twitter page at Hitting the Field, and you can vote on our poll. Who wins tonight's NLCS, St. Louis or Washington? We'll reveal the results a little later in the show. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dave Jeffrey, attorney at law. Has your favorite team ever left you feeling sad, disappointed, or even a little angry? Don't you feel like you should be compensated for it? Just take a look at these real testimonials from my real clients. After Tyrod Taylor led the Bills to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, I was the happiest I'd ever been. And then the Bills traded him, and I wanted to die. But thanks to Dave, I found my will to live again. Yo, Kevin Durant's a bitch. When he said his mom was the MVP, I was so pissed. He put up 30 a game, not her. Same time, I knew my boy Dave would be able to get me some quick cash. Thanks, Dave Jeffrey. I've helped millions of people, and chances are I might be able to help you too.
I hate Dabbit Jeffries. My whole family died in a car crash, but he gave all my money away to a Saints fan because of some blown pass interference call. Thanks, Dav.
Aren't you mad when KD went to the Warriors?
Nah, that's pretty chill. Give me a call at 888-888-888, crying emoji, and I can fix your sports misery too.
Please call the number on your screen today if you are experiencing any grief, sadness, or even if another fan has hurt your feelings. All you have to do is provide your credit card number, the 3 silly digits on the back, and the expiration month and year. This is not a scam. Derp de derp.
Yo, guys, I can't even imagine what it's like to be a Saints fan right now.
Dude,
I'd be so
guys.
mad.
I can't believe that ridiculous no call.
Bro, I'm puzzled. If they would have made that call, who do you think would have been in the Super Bowl? The Saints would have been in the Super Bowl. Come on now.
The refs, they need to be punished.
Oh, hey guys. Did you see my missed call last week? Could have sent that team to the championship. I guess not.
I can't take this anymore.
What's up with this guy?
Welcome back to Hitting the Field. I'm still with Jeremy Brener and Charlie Reyes, but now we're going to talk some NFL action. The 49ers remain atop the NFC standings today following a huge defensive win against the Rams. San Francisco limited the LA Rams to just 157 yards of total offense in the win. This is the team's first 5-0 start since 1990, and they do not look to slow down anytime soon with the battle against Washington next week. Charlie, how legit is this San Francisco team?
Honestly, I do not believe the San Francisco 49ers are that legit of a team. You know, Jimmy G, he is 23rd in passing yards in the league. So I think if you stop the running game for the 49ers, easy team to beat, but they still haven't really faced too many great teams. But I think soon a team will definitely show how this team is fraud.
Jeremy?
Whoa. You said 23rd passing?
23rd in the league in passing yards.
Okay, but how many losses do they have?
0.
That's what matters.
Okay, but you shut down their run game and you put pressure on Jimmy G. What happens?
I don't think that
interception.
I don't think that this team is really about the offense. It's the defense that gets the job done.
Getting the job done.
The defense held the LA Rams to 157 yards. Now, albeit, Gurley was out. And that offense has not looked good.
The Bucs made that offense look bad.
Yeah,
I
mean that offense, they're not the same without Gurley. And I think Gurley just is not healthy at this point. And I think that offense needs to find itself again. The thing is, the reason why the passing attack is so lethal, or it can be so lethal, is because the running game can be so lethal too.
Exactly.
So,
but what happens when the 49ers match up against the Seahawks twice?
That's what I'm saying. So the thing about the 49ers, they are a good team. They're a great team.
Solid.
They are a solid team.
Decent.
They are more than a decent team.
But
I'm still not a believer of Jimmy G. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you this. I got the Seahawks over the Niners. I got
sure.
the Saints over the Niners.
For sure.
And you can even make the argument that the Packers are better than the Niners.
For sure.
So, I mean,
I
wouldn't throw like a for sure about that one.
Sure.
But, I mean, look, and the thing is, though, the Niners will have a shot. They'll have a shot against all of those teams at some point, or at least one of those teams. And if they can beat any of those teams, I will be telling you that they will be legit. And they'll have 2 against the Seahawks later in the season. So
if Jimmy G gets it together and he starts becoming running out the pocket, throwing 3 TDs a game, I'll be a believer.
He doesn't need to be that.
I would say
he's Tom Brady 2.0.
He hasn't had to throw the ball.
He's Tom Brady.
That's what I'm saying.
He's in the perfect
but this is a passing league.
But that doesn't matter.
But once you get to the point where you need to pass the ball, you need.
And he's not a pass. He's not like.
And not anymore. But we've seen Tom Brady torch teams. But he just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl. The Patriots are the definition of the class act in the NFL, and you need to be able to match the Patriots in order to win. The Patriots are winning the Super Bowl upcoming, and they won last year's Super Bowl because they are a defensive team with a decent quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over. So that is the definition of the 49ers.
You just call Tom Brady decent?
Well, Charlie just brought up a good point about Jimmy G's passing yards. Tom Brady and the Patriots are 6-0 this season. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers are 5-0 this season. What has Tom Brady done that Jimmy Garoppolo has not? They're both doing what they need to do to win. Whether it's 200 passing yards, whether it's 2 rushing touchdowns, they don't need to be this force to win the game.
I agree the fact that the Niners are a good team, not the best team, but I disagree with Charlie in how we get to that conclusion.
Okay.
Because Jimmy G doesn't have to be Pat Mahomes in order to win the Super Bowl.
Well, he's not.
He's not. He doesn't need to be, though. That's not how the Niners go. I'll tell you this. The Chiefs would much rather have the Niners defense because the Chiefs defense is
struggling.
So do you think Jimmy G's more of a game manager? I mean, or
definitely
just a bad quarterback?
I think he's definitely more of a game manager, but I just think in this NFL, if you're not throwing the ball like late in the game, if you're not making those great passes when it matters, you will not win big games when it matters in the playoffs.
But you know who else is undefeated? You know who else is undefeated this year? Kyle Allen.
Yeah, Kyle Allen's putting up the stats, though. What do you mean?
Kyle Allen's a game
manager. He got McCaffrey, but still.
Kyle Allen's a game manager.
But like I'm saying, Christian McCaffrey's playing amazing right now. Nobody can stop this guy.
That's also part of it,
yeah.
But that defense,
real quick, I want to wrap this up.
Go ahead.
Real quick, one word: pretenders or contenders? 49ers.
Pretenders.
Contenders.
Contenders. Well, time will tell because that NFC West is looking stacked this year. Over to the AFC, though, another team is surprising the fans, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs, except it's all for the wrong reasons. The Chiefs dropped their second consecutive home game and a 31-24 loss to the Texans yesterday. The Texans held Pat Mahomes to under 300 yards for the first time this season and forced 2 turnovers off of my fantasy quarterback. Charlie, are the Chiefs in trouble?
In trouble is an understatement. They are very in trouble. Oh my God. If the Chiefs do not establish a running game, they're going to keep putting pressure on Patty Mahomes. Everybody knows. They literally watch all this film and they're like, okay, Patty Mahomes is going to throw. Oh, obviously, you know, LaShawn McCoy, dropped 8 touches, 54 rushing yards. You need to help him. Yes, he's going to extend the play. Yes, he's going to get you these big throws. Tyreek Hill's back. Yes, he's going to get you these awesome catches. But if you don't help this guy, O-line need to help him. Like, if you're not giving this guy some time in the pocket, establish a running game, they're not going to win games.
Did the Chiefs lose or the Texans win? What do you think?
That's a good question. Honestly, Watson threw 3 picks, but with
2 picks.
2 picks?
2 picks.
Okay, well,
Get it right.
I'm sorry, you right.
My quarterback.
2 picks. He threw 2 picks and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Correct me?
Yes. 2 rushing touchdowns.
2 rushing touchdowns. But honestly, the Chiefs lost that game more than the Texans won.
Jeremy, did the Texans win or the Chiefs lose?
The Chiefs lost.
But it was
the Chiefs lost that game, and here's why. Deshaun Watson, first play of the game for the Texans, they fumbled the ball. Chiefs get the ball in the red zone. They can only get 3 points out of it.
Terrible.
Deshaun Watson threw an interception in the red zone.
Yeah.
And you fumbled the ball in the red zone.
What is
Texans get an easy score right at the end of the first half. The thing with the Chiefs and the reason why they are in trouble, Pat Mahomes is not healthy. He is not healthy right now.
Think that ankle's still banged up?
The ankle is banged up, and that's an injury that you can't really take time off of because it's not that serious, but because it's like in the moment you're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. But when you take hit after hit after hit, it starts to pile up.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Pat Mahomes can't run anymore.
Well, they don't have a backup.
They can't run. The thing is, they don't need a running game because Pat Mahomes can be the running game. But Pat Mahomes can't be the running game if he's injured.
They need a running game to establish a play-action pass.
But also,
you need to fool the defense somehow. If you just sit there and be like, I'm gonna play, cover 3, cover 4 the whole time,
he's
gonna throw another 2 picks again.
Here's the thing about the running backs though. Damian Williams had a touchdown yesterday. Darrell Williams had a 50-yard catch yesterday. LaShawn McCoy did enough to where he didn't look like terrible. The thing with the Chiefs running backs though, and it's very different than other teams, they don't need to be that great because Pat Mahomes has the offensive weapons. They are a passing team. They need to pass because that's how they're going to get the most yards. But they can run screen pass after screen pass after screen pass because that's what the Texans could not stop yesterday. Yep. Early in the game, on that first drive, they gave a 50-plus yard play to Darrell Williams. And I was like, why aren't they going back to the screens? The Texans did not prove yesterday they could stop the screens. And they simply just stopped going to their strengths. They tried, because what happened was Bradley Roby got hurt, so they decided to go deep, and they somehow could not find a way to get the ball past our 3rd and 4th corners.
So, Charlie, how did the Chiefs turn this around?
Chiefs need to play better defense. Establish a run game, and they need to play better defense. The Chiefs' defense literally takes them out the game week in and week out. There's, even the games where, like, Mahomes maybe isn't so good, the Chiefs' defense doesn't help them out. Like, you need defense wins games, and we know this. If they don't have better defense, this team is probably going to lose in the first round.
Real quick, we know the Chiefs are going to win that division because that division just isn't good. But do they make it back to the AFC Championship, yes or no?
No.
Do they make it back to the AFC Championship?
If they keep playing like this, heck no.
They need to get someone at the trade deadline.
They need someone at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that on another episode. But we've looked at the past. Now let's look to the future. Tonight, the 4-1 Packers host the Lions in a crucial NFC North battle. It's the first game for the Lions in 15 days, while the Packers are coming off a big win in Dallas last week. The Lions are an underdog tonight, but they have proven to be better on the field than on paper this season. Charlie, do the Lions pull up the upset against your Packers?
Good one, Jaret.
Yes?
No. Oh. Packers are firing on all cylinders right now. We got Aaron Jones, where he scored 4 TDs, the big 4 last game, and Aaron Rodgers is playing great this year. He's actually staying healthy for once. So he's actually staying healthy. I'm seeing Packers is going to torch the Lions. I'm thinking 3 TDs, 2 by Aaron. This is going to be a blowout.
Aaron Jones cannot waive because he did get fined $10,000 for that, Jeremy.
That was terrible.
He got fined $10,000
for waving
on his 3rd touchdown.
Am I going to get fined now?
Yes, that's a 4-show suspension. You can appeal.
I will appeal.
All right, but what do you have for tonight, Lions
so,
Packers?
The thing is, the Packers came off that last game. They were up, 4 touchdowns?
Yes.
And they nearly lost that game.
Did
and
they
then
lose?
We relaxed.
Then they lost to the Eagles the week before.
They did.
So
that was a good game.
I don't know. The Eagles, the Packers, they're looking a little suspect.
I don't think so.
The Lions is the perfect trap game. This is trap game written all over it.
Their defense is
It's
pretty
at
good.
home.
Top 10
Keep
defense.
in mind, this is the road teams this year have been better in the NFL this year for the best record for road teams since like the 1983 season.
Is Aaron Rodgers having an off season, or does he not need to get it done?
No, I think
the Packers are winning.
The Packers are winning. I think he's just trying to mix it up more. You know, Aaron Rodgers loves to throw it out of bounds because he's like, I'm not throwing a pick.
Yes, that is
But I think now Aaron Jones getting his legs under him a little more. I think now it takes a little bit of pressure off Rodgers to now to get a little play action in, throw the ball deep.
But something they don't have tonight, that's going to hurt them, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is not playing this game. That's why this game is trap game written all over
If you look,
Matthew
since
Stafford would not do anything.
Since 2016, Aaron Rodgers' most targeted receivers is Devontae Adams, the ground, and then his next player. So, I mean, it just goes to show you he has a lot of trust in Devontae Adams. Do you think that's going to hurt them tonight?
No, I think Aaron Rodgers definitely is just going to need to find the next man up. You know, throw the receiver with good hands. Simple as that.
I mean,
Randall
Cobb is in Dallas.
Cobb is.
Oh, he is?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Here we go.
But, I mean, can Marquez Valdez-Scantling be a true number one receiver? I don't know. The thing is that the Lions offense though they're healthy because they were coming off the bye week. That offense they've been able to run the ball this year. That's something they haven't had in years and years and years. And they also have Kenny Golladay, had 3 touchdowns against the Chiefs in their last game. Marvin Jones on the opposite side. Honestly, I got the Lions tonight. I really do.
You're tripping, Brener.
I mean, you don't have your starting wide receiver.
I don't need my starting receiver.
Jamal Williams is back.
All right, well, we're going to watch this game tonight, and then in the morning,
gonna be a
when
blowout
you realize
show.
what happens, you're going to come to me and
All
you're
right,
like,
so we got Lions on one side, Packers on the other. Thank you, Jeremy and Charlie, for your insight. When we come back, Troy Alford and Ross Bernstein join me on the set to talk hoops. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dave Jeffrey, attorney at law. Has your favorite team ever left you feeling sad, disappointed, or even a little angry? Don't you feel like you should be compensated for it? Just take a look at these real testimonials from my real clients. After Tyrod Taylor led the Bills to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years, I was the happiest I'd ever been. And then the Bills traded him, and I wanted to die. But thanks to Dave, I found my will to live again. Yo, Kevin Durant's a bitch. When he said his mom was the MVP, I was so pissed. He put up 30 a game, not her. Same time, I knew my boy Dave would be able to get me some quick cash. Thanks, Dave Jeffrey. I've helped millions of people, and chances are I might be able to help you too.
I hate David Jeffries. My whole family died in a car crash, but he gave all my money away to a Saints fan because of some blown pass interference call. Thanks, Dav.
Aren't you mad when KD went to the Warriors?
Nah, that's pretty chill. Give me a call at 888-888-888, crying emoji, and I can fix your sports misery too.
Please call the number on your screen today if you are experiencing any grief, sadness, or even if another fan has hurt your feelings. All you have to do is provide your credit card number, the 3 silly digits on the back, and the expiration month and year. This is not a scam. Derp-de-derp.
Yo, guys, I can't even imagine what it's like to be a Saints fan right now.
Dude,
I'd be so
guys,
mad.
I can't believe that ridiculous no call.
Bro, I'm puzzled. If they would have made that call, who do you think would have been in the Super Bowl? The Saints would have been in the Super Bowl. Come on now.
The refs, they need to be punished.
Oh, hey guys. Did you see my missed call last week? Could have sent that team to the championship. I guess not.
I can't take this anymore.
What's up with this guy?
Welcome back to HTF. I'm now joined by longtime HTF rivals Troy Alford II and Ross Bernstein, a.k.a. Professor Handsome, to talk some hoops. Welcome, gentlemen. How you doing today, Troy?
I'm feeling great, man. Happy to be here.
Ross?
Oh, man, every day's a great day to talk some basketball. Yeah. You know.
Well, the NBA season is just 1 week away, but the WNBA offseason has just begun, following the Washington Mystics' first WNBA title in a 5-game slugfest with the Connecticut Sun. League MVP Elena Delle Donne battled a herniated disc all series long. And Finals MVP Emma Miesemann scored a team-high 22. Troy, what do you think about that?
It's a great moment in history. The first franchise championship. I'm happy to see that happen. The WNBA is on the rise, and it's a good thing to see. And I actually have family out in the D.C. area, so as a kid, I went to a couple of Mystic games,
cool.
Back in the summer when I would visit. So
Ross?
Yeah.
Man, Elena Delle Donne does not come to play. She gets buckets.
Yeah.
To come back they lost last year in the championship. So to come back this year and win it is great, especially with her injury.
Good story, yeah.
Dude, it's amazing. But I just love to see how the NBA players are really embracing the WNBA this year.
Like Bradley Beal,
LeBron James, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
They're all just embracing it. They wanted a part of the whole basketball association. And they really do. They really are helping it, honestly.
Most
so
definitely.
just a great year for the WNBA. Great way to end the season.
It has grown. I would say 10 years ago, 10 years ago, no one cared about the WNBA. And now I feel like it's getting more showtime on ESPN.
Yeah, the league was a
people
baby.
talk about it, Troy.
Yeah, the league was like a baby like 10 years ago. But now they have championship games going on, series going on. It's amazing to watch. So it's definitely great.
What are you looking for the future of the WNBA?
It's only going to get bigger and better with support of the NBA. I see a good future for the WNBA for sure. Sure.
Yep. All right. Well, if the WNBA season gives any indication as how exciting the NBA season will be, we're in for a treat. For the first time in nearly a decade, there really doesn't appear to be a clear-cut favorite for the title, and anything can happen. But 8 days before the beginning of the season, I want to know what your hottest NBA take for the season is. Ross, what do you got?
I've been waiting to unleash this all weekend. This year, Derrick Rose will be an all-star.
That is false.
I said it, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. One, yes, I know he's not starting. I am fully aware of this.
Okay.
He will take over for Reggie Jackson within 10 games because Reggie Jackson is not as good as Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Simple.
So that's one.
Okay. Part number 2. He is loved by the NBA fans. I didn't say he would be a starter. I did not say he'd be an all-star starter. But he will be an all-star. He will get the vote. And 3, do you guys both know where the all-star game is this year? You have any clue?
It's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago,
the
hometown. Simeon High School's finest this year.
All right, so Ross.
Yes, sir.
You're telling me Derrick Rose is going to make the all-star team playing, 20 minutes and maybe like 60 games? He's not going to play enough to put up all-star numbers.
Okay, that's what I understand that point.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take over. I think he'll get
Take
about
over
29.
how?
Because Reggie Jackson is not as good as him. And I think eventually players like Drummond and Griffin, they're going to need the help. So I think Rose is going to come in. He'll get 30 minutes. Now, the injuries. I'm going to level with you. He had a good season last season. Not as injured as typical. He's only getting better. And I believe that 50-point game just re-energized his whole career. And I think that's his next step. And I think the help of the player, of the vote from the fans will get him there.
This is what I'll give you. The All-Star game is in Chicago, right? He's loved in Chicago. He's from Chicago, obviously. So I can kind of see where you're going. But like I said, his play is not going to add up. And I love D-Rose, but his play is not going to add up to all-star numbers, especially with a lot of young guards in the East this season. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't see it happening.
So, Troy, what's your hot take for the season?
My hot take for me is I believe the Rockets are going to be like a 7th, 6th seed in the West.
Why is that?
I believe Russell Westbrook, and James Harden are going to Russell Westbrook.
I don't know who you're talking about. Not my stat pattern.
Yeah, the stat pattern.
No, that's not him.
The stat pattern.
All right.
Russell Westbrook. I believe him and James Harden are going to clash a lot during the season. It's going to get ugly, and it's going to be rough. I don't see them being a top tier team in the West.
So, hot take: who's our 1 seed in the West?
Oh, the Nuggets.
The Lakers.
Whoa. Why Lakers?
LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they're hungry. LeBron is on a redemption year. He's going to come back stronger than ever. I believe he can have an MVP-like season. Anthony Davis has a lot to prove. He hasn't been as successful as he should have been throughout his career. He's going to be hungry, and the Lakers are going to be the number 1 seed.
So why the Nuggets?
Okay. The Nuggets will be the number 1 seed because they are the deepest team, and they are. If you talk about hungry, they lost to Portland last year.
Yeah,
we all know they are a better team than Portland last year.
No, they're not. They lost Game 7 at home. I don't think that's that much better. Like, come on.
They're a better team.
They had a good regular season, but
they weren't as experienced. They have Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Jokic, Millsap.
But guess
they have probably the deepest team in the West.
Guess what? You got to start somewhere. So I don't want to hear the experience argument.
Yeah, they just finally got that first playoff experience.
Yeah.
That's something that they've never had. That's something the young guys are going to take. They're going to internalize it. And I think they will be the number 1 seed in the regular season. Do I think they will come out the West in the finals? No.
Let me ask you this. How many games will they win? How are you predicting?
I'm going to go 64.
64?
I think they'll have a good
All
season.
Right. Ross has lost it, guys.
That's a very
I think they're going to really kill it this regular season.
No,
I think they really are.
I can see a 52-30 type season for the Nuggets this year. I don't see anything better than that.
LeBron teams and Golden State teams struggle to get 64. What makes you think the Nuggets?
I just think they have such a good young team and such a deep team that they're gonna just blow through the regular season. But once the playoffs hit, they're gonna take it to a new level. I don't know if they could hang with guys like LeBron and Kawhi in the playoffs, but in the regular season with all the teams, load management's a big thing now. I just think they're not going to give the young guys.
Let me ask you, do you think the Nuggets are better than a healthy Clippers team?
No chance.
A healthy Clippers team with Kawhi playing and all the players active?
With Kawhi, PG.
I don't think so.
So how are the Nuggets going to be number one?
Because I don't think Kawhi's going to play every game. I don't think Paul George probably missed the first 15, 20 games.
Yeah.
This is all in the regular season. I don't think they're going to win the West straight up in the playoffs. I do not believe that.
So one team I want to highlight and player is Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz. How are they going to do this year?
That's like, I see a fourth, fifth seed, right above the Rockets at 6.
Okay, let me talk about the Rockets for a second. I know you asked about the Jazz.
No, we can go to Rockets.
I need to stop hearing this disrespect towards Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
He acts as if this man is Marcus Smart or like a Terry Rozier.
No, I don't.
He is a triple-double machine. Okay, the Rockets last year, the 4th seed. All they did was lose Chris Paul and gain Ben McLemore, Tyson Chandler, and Russell Westbrook. A triple-double machine.
Let me ask
you. There's no way they're going to be a worse team.
Let me ask you.
What's up? I'm ready.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Good mid-range shooter, 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook, how does he fit in that Chris Paul role?
Oh, he won't be. He'll be better than the Chris Paul role.
How?
Because he's a scorer, and he gets buckets.
And how does he score?
By going to the rack and yamming it on your favorite player at any time.
By dominating the ball. What is James Harden? An isolation player.
Oh,
so they're going to clash. It's going to be ugly.
I think the fact that they're friends and they've played before is really going to help them. But I don't think he'll average the same amount of points. I think his assists and rebounds stay the same. He might drop down to maybe 21, 22 points. I think he realized James Harden's a different level of offensive talent.
Now we've talked
There's
about
no way
he's
he's
an isolation player.
They've played before, but that was also back in 2012 when James Harden was the 6th man on that Thunder team.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to clash heads a lot?
They're going to clash. It's
more than him and Chris Paul.
Yes, they're going to clash. I'm telling you, all the friendship stuff, it's going to go out the window. They're going to clash.
So like KD Westbrook?
I believe so, yes.
So you're going to be this is 2.0?
I'm just stuck on Harden being an isolation player, and his game is based on getting to the bucket, shooting threes. And you're just going to have Russell Westbrook in the corner looking, or maybe ready for a rebound. Okay. You know, that's all I see.
I just think you can't. Getting a player of Russell Westbrook's caliber is going to help your team no matter what. They'll find a way to fit the scheme. They have Mike D'Antoni, who's a brilliant offensive mind. Defensively.
Allegedly.
Alleged,
yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
So, I mean, based on what I've seen the past 2 seasons, he's not that.
I mean, they've yet to get past the Warriors.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no one can get past the Warriors. The last 3-4 years, they've destroyed the league. This is the first time I'm watching this. Like, I have no clue who's gonna win.
The Raptors did.
The Cavs.
Okay,
did.
without Draymond, without Draymond, without Kevin Durant, without Klay Thompson.
You
play, both healthy,
you
the
play who's in front of you.
You play who's in front of you, but they didn't have everyone in front of them.
You play who's in front of you, Ross.
Okay.
I mean,
they beat them without their two.
So if KD and Klay stay healthy, I mean, I think the Warriors win. And the NBA in itself is different. But you know what, guys? Thank you so much for your hot takes. And if you guys are ready to catch more of Troy, Ross, and the rest of the HTF analysts, next week we break down the entire NBA season at noon for an hour-long NBA preview show. When we come back, we're going to reveal the results to our NLCS poll, and I'll deliver my rant. Stick with us.
I'm in charge of the meeting this week. So you know what we're going to talk about? Basketball. The second thing we're going to talk about this week is basketball. Okay? And the third and last thing we're going to talk about is basketball.
Yeah. God. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I want to quit. Take that.
Look at the screen. What are we talking about this week?
Basketball.
Good morning, fellas, except for Andre.
KG in the building.
James Harden is a stat pack.
That is not, you're right.
He's the best scorer.
He has 120 straight points. Bro, 120 straight points out.
Alright, let's do this. Let's get down to business, guys.
He's still got Aaron Gordon, PJ Tucker, and them boys. Come on now. What about
Tom Brady is his son.
Facts. I think it's kind of special though. What?
What are you talking about, man? Crazy, man.
Don't ever say that.
This is your dad, Chrissy? What are you talking about?
Welcome back to HTF, and the results are in. You guys are picking the Nationals to win Game 3 of the NLCS, 56 to 44%. It's going to be a good game. And last, before we sign off for this week, it's time for me to go off the script in a segment I'm naming The Rant. So first off, if anyone has a barber in Orlando, hit me up, because I need some help here. I need to get lined up and everything for next week. But let's go into some college football. It was a big week. LSU proved they are legit. Florida also proved that they should be the top dogs in the SEC East. Georgia fell to South Carolina, which I found very interesting. It was a choke on Georgia's part, but honestly, they just got completely outplayed by a terrible South Carolina team, missing their quarterback. I also want to jump into the polls. LSU's number 2. Realistically, they should be number 1. They've played the best schedule. They have beaten Florida. They have beaten Auburn. They have beaten A&M. They have done everything. They went into Texas and won. This is legitimately, I think, LSU's year, and I'm really big on Joe Burrow, and I think they're going to beat Alabama and go on to a national championship this year. I want to jump into some baseball. I know we talked a bit earlier on the show, but the Yankees-Astros is a very interesting series because I truly think if the Yankees just win one game here, they're going to go back and win the series. They just need one. If the Astros don't win in 5, I think the Yankees are going to get it done. I know it's a bit of a hot take, but this has to be the Yankees' year. This would just be extremely disappointing from a Yankee side if you don't win. All the adversity they faced and everything, with Judge being out, Stanton being out, Hicks being out, that whole outfield was out at one point. You've had pitchers in and out. They lost a pitcher before the postseason even started to a off-the-field issue. This is just absolutely insane. On the NL side, what a great story for the Nationals. You lose Bryce Harper, and you just use some words that I can't even say on this show to Bryce Harper because they don't need you. Harper, your hair is amazing, but clearly you were a cancer to that locker room, and it's showing. And last but not least, next week, this NBA preview show is going to be amazing. I'm excited for all the panels we're going to have. We're going to have so many panelists here on the show. We're going to break down every aspect of the NBA angle, literally anything you can ask. If you have questions on Twitter, send them to us. We'll try to get them in the show. We have an hour long. You're going to see stuff on Hitting the Field that you have never seen before. And I won't be on that show, but I will give my take. The Rockets are going to beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals this year. Bit of a hot take for the Celtics, but I really think the Celtics are going to get it together this year. And I'm a Westbrook fan. There's not much more for me to say other than go Russell Westbrook, and I love James Harden. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube page for all the HTF content, including another episode of Might I Add, where Kyle Partain and Armand Sardoui talk men's soccer and women's volleyball. Be sure to also give a listen to our HTF podcast. You can listen on demand with Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, on YouTube channel, or live at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesdays on the WNSC radio. And tune in a week from today at 12 p.m. noon, where Jeremy Brener hosts an hour-long special of HTF, where we're going to preview the NBA season. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Hitting the Field for all the HTF content and updates you could ask for. Thank you to Jeremy, Charlie, Troy, and Ross for appearing on today's show. I'm Jaret Kappelman, and as always, have a good day.
I just really hit the field. I just really hit the field. Boy, I'm about to hit the field.